Okay, this is cause numbers 22-39100 and 22-39101. Are you Letitia Tebow? Mm-hmm. And Ms. Tebow is currently on probation for failure to comply with sex offender registration in each of these cases. I looked this up. I think there may be, and Ms. Simon's here, this update report says 2 10-year adjudicated probations, but it was a 2-year term.
It was 2 over 5.
2 TDC over 5, correct?
Excuse me, that's where that was an error.
Okay, just making sure. And so Ms. Tebow was previously here, entered pleas of true to counts 2 and 4 in the motion to revoke probation. And I've received the updated pre-sentence report. Have you all?
Quick pause here. This is important. What the judge is clarifying right now is the length and structure of probation, and that matters because probation terms determine how much flexibility the court has later. When there's confusion between a 10-year adjudicated probation and a shorter actual term, it signals paperwork issues. But more importantly, it tells us this defendant has been under supervision for a long time. Long probation plus repeated violations, that's a red flag in any courtroom.
Received that updated report.
Yeah, state has to.
Any additions or corrections to that other than the one that I already made?
None from the state. Nothing but that.
And there was no agreement. Is there any evidence with regard to the other counts, Mr. Hoffpower?
Any new failed to register?
No. I don't know. She pled true to counts 2 and 4, so there's obviously some other counts. Do you have any witnesses or evidence with regard to those other counts?
We're going to full abandon those counts. We'll just proceed on 2 and 4.
Okay.
Other than I call my probation officer, but I like her opinion.
Okay, so I guess there was an arrest in
It's in Florida.
Palatka, Florida. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me.
Putnam County.
Okay, so count 1. Why don't you have any evidence with regard to count 1 if your probation officer's here?
We can call. I'm sorry. Apologize, Your Honor.
Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. You may proceed.
Would please take the name from the record, please.
Sarah Simon.
I'm assigned as you the probation officer assigned to Ms. Tebow.
I am.
Okay, and how long have you been the first supervision officer?
Year and a half.
Okay, and throughout the time that you've been a probation officer, has you complied with the terms of other conditions? In either one of the cases?
Speak up, please. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, she has not?
She's not.
Yeah, okay, in what instances has she not complied?
Steve-O has had consistent reporting habits. She was not paid towards her processed fees. And she lived within the 2
But she allowed, first of all, she allowed through her probation in Texas to venture out of the state and be in Florida. She wasn't allowed?
She was not allowed.
Is she allowed through her reporting as a sex offender to move or go to another state without no probation? Is she allowed to leave the state?
No, without.
She pled true to that.
Okay.
Count 1 is that she has not reported since January 27th of 2025.
Is that true now? That
That is true.
intermittently, or she is fully not? She's been called absconding.
She is absconded.
Okay, since that day.
Yes. Or 90 days after that comes in January, she became absconded.
She's been absconded. Okay, and since she reported since the time on which she was arrested.
She has not reported
Have you spoken to her at the jail?
at the hearing.
All right, did she give a reason for why she didn't report?
She did not.
At this time, I'll pass it on.
Okay, I also would like to know, Ms. Simon, were you able to confirm in any way the arrest? Obviously, she's gonna say she didn't do it, and that's okay, but if she was actually just, whether an arrest happened in
Yes,
Florida?
I did obtain an arrest report from Florida.
PC, okay. But do you have a probable cause, do you have a full offense?
This is the turning point of the hearing. Once someone is officially labeled an absconder, it means the court believes they deliberately stopped reporting and disappeared. That single designation changes everything. At that point, judges stop asking why someone failed. They start asking how long it went on and what happened next. And here, what happened next was an out-of-state arrest.
Okay, for what crime was she arrested?
There's two. I think one was petite theft and then obstruction by disguise first.
Was it all the same incident?
Yes.
And what date did that occur, according to the law?
June 29th, 2025.
And were both those committed?
Objection as far as committed, Your Honor. I don't object to her listing evidence as far as an arrest.
An
As far
arrest.
as the actual commission, it could violate a right to free cross.
Did the allegation occur?
Yeah, the arrest.
The arrest occurred while she was on probation.
Kelly, this just did something again.
Case.
Correct.
And those haven't been resolved to your knowledge?
Not to my knowledge.
Can I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes.
She initially failed to report in January, is that right, of 2025?
That was the last face-to-face contact I had with her.
January 2025. Then arrest June 29th of 2025.
Yes.
So February, March, April, May, June, 5 failures to report. And she went into absconder status March of 2025?
Maybe April.
April.
Like 90 days after.
90, so April 2025, she became an absconder. 2 months after that, she was arrested in Florida, is that right?
Right.
So you were aware she was in Florida, which state, when were you made aware that she was in custody in
I
Florida?
received a phone call from somebody that let me know that she was arrested and in jail in Florida. And then that's when I received this arrest report.
So when did there was an MTRP entered into NCIC, I guess, after April? Was there an MTRP and that's why Florida advised you there was an active warrant for her then?
There was an active warrant for the interim. She was arrested for the.
Right, and that warrant popped up in June in Florida.
Correct.
So from June 29th to today, she's been in custody, is that right? So
I
she
didn't try
couldn't
to
have
open anything,
reported
it just started doing stuff
to
on its
probation
own.
department. She's in custody from June 29th to today because she's locked up.
I don't care.
That's not her fault that she didn't report because she's in custody, correct? So she can't.
Right.
As far as supervising her, she has reported, you say inconsistently, but that means she has reported.
Listen closely to the judge's tone right here. It shifts. This is no longer about missed appointments or late reporting. This is about trust. Courts operate on trust during probation, and once a judge believes that trust is broken, especially after a warrant, a warning, and then fleeing the state, the outcome becomes painfully predictable. What comes next isn't punishment out of anger. It's punishment based on risk to the community.
Some, correct?
Correct.
During the times that she has reported, have you been able to interact with her appropriately? She maintained proper demeanor, that type of thing?
She was, yes, but she was consistently late. I had to reschedule her several different times to get her out of the office.
Have you had any other difficulties with her as far as just the, maybe perhaps being late with scheduling, as far as your actual interactions? Does she maintain appropriate demeanor, acted appropriately with you?
Yes.
Would you object to continuing to supervise her?
I would.
Why is that?
My personal opinion, I don't think Ms. Tibo sees her probation as a priority. She has been on probation, I think, since 2022 and has made no progress in regards to her fees. She did some community service, and that's about it.
When you say progress, how do you measure progress on probation?
Satisfying her court order conditions.
And how has she fallen short other than the reporting and fees and community service?
If she committed
So
any
is this correct in the, hold on a second, hold on. Is in the updated report, it states that since she was granted supervision, has reported 6 times for scheduled office visits. Is that a correct number? Okay. 6 times since 2022.
I have another question, Your Honor.
Let's let Mr. Kimler finish.
If she were to be extended, which the court has the power to do, I mean, you would continue to supervise her, right? Or would you have a problem with supervising her?
I would work with her this.
See any indication of the need for some type of mental health referral or anything of that nature? I mean, I understand she's only reported 6 times, as the judge indicated. You see kind of programs or other things that probation could do for her to maybe perhaps to get her on the right track.
I think the only other option would be to cognitive change of bias.
Pass witness.
Your Honor, is this the first time that we've been here on these 2 cases for a motion to revoke?
No.
Yeah, there was another time back in 2024 in which we had a hearing similar to this, not me, especially as the attorney, but she was brought in on a motion to revoke, and her probation was amended, and she was given 30 days in JCCL, and she was continued, and she was added to the mental health case.
The high maintenance case, but she didn't report enough to be transferred over to the high maintenance case.
So this is not even the first time that we've been here on this, on similar allegations. That was a year in 2024, we did the same deal. Is that correct?
I might follow up on that. I believe in the previous NTRP, she had a motion, again, a motion to revoke. She had federal charges, is that right?
Correct.
The NTRP was filed after she received the federal charges,
I believe so, yes.
and she was housed in the cell unit. Were you supervising her then?
No, it's not.
Do you know if the detainer was placed on her for that NTRP while she was in federal custody?
I didn't know.
Did she actually do federal time while she was on probation for this case?
That is why the NTOB was dismissed.
So she received, I think, about a year sentence in federal court for misprision of felony. Is that consistent with what she did?
1 year federal probation.
Prison, she was locked up, right?
She got probation.
She had 1 year federal probation.
Probation, okay, for misprision? Or you don't know? What the offense was?
I thought it was a possession.
Okay. Anyway, she received a year of federal probation, so she was not revoked and was allowed to serve the probation concurrently.
Correct.
So during the period that she was on federal probation for that year, do you know if she was reporting to a federal probation officer, or was any issues with the federal probation that you're aware of?
According to Ms. Tibo, she successfully completed her federal probation.
And that was at the same time that she was on probation with Jefferson County, is that right?
Correct.
Was she reporting to you during that time period as well? What was her reporting record in Jefferson County during that period? I guess it was probably back in 2024.
Well, she's reported 6 whole times so obviously it wasn't great even when it was then.
Right. But she was being supervised at least during that period federally, was able to successfully complete that probation, correct? Does that indicate to you that perhaps she could successfully complete Jefferson County probation if she's sufficiently
She
motivated?
has the ability to, but whether or not she has the motivation or the want to do so.
I've passed one, Your Honor.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Simon. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
I would defer to Ms. Tebow, Your Honor. She wanted to address the court. I think she has written to the court, and that letter's incorporated in the PSI.
I received it and read it. Anything else?
No, I mean, I did fail to report it. Sometimes I was hard with scheduling, but a lot of it had to do with my mother being sick, and I brought my mother sick to her office with me multiple times. because I wasn't able to just stay with where she was at. I brought her when I could. I mean, she's bouncing now, but at that time frame after.
But, I mean, we're talking about since 2022.
I was in
Or
a
20
federal facility for a year and a day.
Okay. All right, so here's the thing. I'm not even sure where this agreement came from and why I accepted it in the first place, because giving somebody the minimum of 2 on a probation, so I have really nothing to do hardly on this. But Ms. Tebow, I mean, you've been given every opportunity over the last 4 or 5 years to do everything you're supposed to on this probation, and you've refused to do that. You flat out refused, and we all have different issues that go along with parents and family members and things that go wrong. And instead of, I mean, it looks like, I think one of the things that concerns me the most is that you called June 2nd asking why the police went to your home. June 2nd you called. And so your probation officer said there's a warrant because of your violations on June 2nd. Then you went to Florida and got arrested for 2 new offenses without registering, without obviously telling anybody where you are and the type of probation you're on, the offense that you're on probation for. That's probably the number one thing that you should do. So fleeing the state when you know that there is a warrant for your arrest gives me no reason to leave you on probation. Unfortunately, I think for me and for the community, the most I can do is 2 years, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find, based on the evidence today, that counts 1 and 3 are true. So I'm going to find you entered your pleas of true to 2 and 4 freely and voluntarily, find all 4 counts true, find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and cause number 2239100, revoke your probation, sentence you to a term of 2 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And cause number 2239101, also find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation, sentence you to 2 years in the